of links. Mom needs a link. You know that. And then a couple other people. One, two. Almost sent it to the wrong person. All right, here we go. I think we're live. Give it a second. For people to come in, I can't see if there's anybody in here yet. I hope I made it public. Actually, I could look. No, somebody's in here. Of course, it's going to be Jovita. Jovita's always in here, except once, maybe twice. Peggy Gold, how are you? We're just kind of giving it a second for people to get in here, get the notifications. Teresa, Lori Carp. You like, oh, you like the no hat. I thought you were going to say you like my hat. Sharon, good afternoon. Mom is in here. Susie. Do y'all hear my cat? She's wanting in. Actually, I thought I put her in the garage. I don't know what she's doing in the hallway. Can y'all hear her? Because I might have to let her in if she's going to continue to do that, if you guys can hear her. Peggy says, hi, all you beautiful people. I see 7 thumbs up, and it looks like maybe 12 people in here. Some more. There's Kelly. Can you guys, well, I can't. She's not doing it now. Could you guys hear my cat just a second ago? Howdy, Pixie Ranger. Virginia. I can't really read. I can't really read, but I can see that the thumbs up is single digit and the amount of people is double digit. So there's something wrong there. Nobody could hear her, or at least Peggy couldn't hear her. Okay. She's as bad as one of the dogs. No meows coming through my speakers. Kelly can't hear her. Okay. Mom can hear her. Well, Mom, you're closer to me than everyone else. Mom can hear her. Hello from Virginia. Kathy. Score is 1410. Yeah, double digit now on the thumbs up. Let's get more thumbs up. Let's get more people in here. That would be nice. It might be that I ran everybody off in the comment section. There is Pure Okie. How's Jeremy doing? So I put a video out Thursday about the dogs getting into a fight. 3811. Something's wrong. So 38 is the people in here. How's your arm? My arm is better. It's definitely going to be a scar. It's going to be a nasty scar. They told me that they don't stitch dog bites unless they have to. And apparently this wasn't it wasn't a have to, but it definitely could have used, it would have healed. It's going to be a nasty scar. 3316. So if you haven't hit the thumbs up, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. That would be awesome. Great. Some people may be wondering, going to wait and see what I have to say before they hit that thumbs up. The thing is, if you don't like what I say, you can always hit it again and it'll take it off. See? Anyway, I put up a video Thursday about the dogs, Caleb and Tucker, getting into a fight. Does that say battles? Is that what it? Battle scars. Oh yeah, battle scars, definitely. And that video did pretty good. Let's see, what are the views? It's got, nope, wrong one. Hang on, I'll tell you what it's got. 9,000, I think 848. Yeah, 9,848 views, which for my channel is real good. But I do have a few videos out there that have more than that. But on that video, I got 84 new subscribers, which is awesome. Awesome. Jerry is being bad today. Did you change his name to Jerry? There's Amy living in Abundant Grace. So, Amy, did you hit that thumbs up? I didn't see you hit that thumbs up when you came in. So anyway, so the views were well, now it says, I guess I was looking in the wrong spot. This is the updated view count. It's 9,990 on that, and I got 84 subscribers. That part is good. Like, to get that many subscribers from one video, especially with no more than 9,000. It's almost 10,000. No more than 10,000 views. That's really good. Amy said, I did now. But the thing is, the problem was in the comment section. I could tell by the comment section that there were a lot of people that were new to the channel who did not watch the whole video, and probably subscribers didn't watch the whole video. I mean, not everybody watches the whole video of anything, but there was a lot of people who watch less than half of the video and then left a comment, very opinionated comments. Most of them were decent comments. They were opinions, and I might not have agreed with the opinions, but whatever. Just heart it and go on. Some of them I answered, but there was at least 2, maybe 3 or 4 on that video that were just downright rude. So I made it the update video we recorded on Saturday. So the fight took place on Thursday morning, and I videoed, edited it, and got it out Thursday evening. I think it was 5 o'clock, somewhere in there. And then Saturday, Sean and Curtis were over here. Greg was over here. I did an update video. But I responded to some of those comments because there was a lot of confusion as to what actually took place in the timeline of events. And in that response video, I got I think it was one comment, maybe 2. It was one, I think it was one comment that was just rude, just rude. Which I got on the update video, got 9 subscribers from that video, and the views are 1,734. Wait, is Diane McMahon in here? I thought she was going to bed. Amy's in the house. Where is Diane in here? She is. I thought you were going to bed. So, if you've been watching the comment sections, it's gotten it was not too bad, but even like some people would comment against each other. It was just like, I really didn't expect that much out of this. I expected it to have more views. I expected some very opinionated comments. But what always surprised me, and I don't know why, is the nastiness, the rude comments. Let's see, Pixie Ranger, that one rude commenter has a personality disorder. Just saying. Well, I don't know which one you're talking about. There was a couple, but there was actually one that I hid from the channel today. And I don't think I don't usually, but I remember the screen name, which I think is a real name. But anyway, one of them I did hide from the channel, and I don't do that very often. Kathy said, I did animal control several years. You did everything right. Well, thank you, Kathy. And the thing is, if you if you watch past so in the beginning of the videos, what I've started doing is something that a lot of creators have started doing, and I found that it helps the audience retention in the beginning of the video. If you put just a few second clips of what is coming up in the video, and for one thing, it moves really fast, and that keeps people's attention, but it also kind of gives you an idea more than the thumbnail and the title, what's about to actually be in the video. Because your perception of what would be in the video based on thumbnail title is rarely true because of the way we have to do it to get people to click on it. It has to be almost wild to get people to click on it. But once you get in the first, just like not even 30 seconds, there are just little clips. And there were actually people, and I could tell by their argument and by their comment, that just watched probably 2 minutes of the video and got out. They saw the dogs barking, which would be in the clip. So you're about to see a video with two dogs very angry at each other, barking and growling. There wasn't the fight. I didn't record the fight, but you know what is so strange is you guys have got me trained to pull up my camera whenever anything comes on. And I kid you not, when that dog bit me and he ran in there, and I knew that I wasn't going to go in there because he done bit me, I started to pull up my phone. I was like, that's nuts. Then when I got around to the front of the thing and I opened the gate and started to try to call one out, I even picked up the water hose when they got close enough and tried to spray to break it up. I almost pulled my camera out then, my phone camera. And I'm like, I'm not that. No, that's nuts. That is nuts. That's crazy. But anyway, so the beginning clip showed them angry at each other, but it was after the fight. One individual said something about, and I don't know, maybe they meant they had watched other videos, but they said you could tell even before the fight, they think that Caleb doesn't like his job or doesn't like his habitat. They didn't use the word habitat, but where he is, his pen, his job with the goats. You could tell even before the fight. And I asked, are you talking? You're not talking about this video because this video started after the fight. This video actually started a couple hours after the fight took place. It started after I went to the doctor. And I asked, are you talking about a different video? Show me what you're talking about so that I can go back and look at it. And they haven't responded yet. And they might not. But they might have been talking about this video and just realized that they didn't see it right. They didn't watch the whole thing. There is Matthew. And there's Ducky. But I had people telling me, some people telling me to put the dog down, some people telling me to shoot the dog, other people telling me, hey, this isn't the dog's fault, this is your fault. I had people telling me, they were telling opposite of each other, like the put the dog down, don't put the dog down. How those two sets of comments, are opposite of each other. That's what the whole thing was about on the opinions. Now there were a lot of people, hope everything's okay. Sorry about. And in the opinions, like I said before, that doesn't bother me as long as it's nice. Cindy, that's not their call. There was a few that said that they were vet techs, and one said they studied extensively in vet school. And then two vet techs kind of went back and forth just for a second over, because one told me to give the dog, he's going to need some Tylenol. He's going to need some Tylenol. And the other one's like, you don't give dogs Tylenol. It was just like nuts in the comment section. Did you have any money in the fight? I did not, Dad. Actually, yeah, going to the doctor. Actually, Dad, you put some money in that fight because I came back out to you to get money to go into the doctor. And then when I went and got Caleb some antibiotics, that cost money. So yeah, I guess I did have a dog in that fight. And then the few seconds of him growling confused some people. They thought he was growling at you. So there was a point, but the thing is, you saw just that couple of second clip in the beginning, but one of those clips, when it gets to the full clip, you see me walking up to the fence. Well, you see the camera. You can tell that I'm away from the fence and then I'm walking up. And you see both Tucker and Caleb. And you can see that they're looking at each other through the fence and they're barking and growling at each other. And then when I approached and I got closer to Caleb's fence, he turns and looks at me, but he is still growling. He's still growling at Tucker. But you don't see that in that very, short clip at the beginning. You have to get to that. And I think that the full clip was shown in like 4 or 5 minutes of part of the, you had to watch 4 or 5 minutes of it to even get to that part. He did growl. He looked at me and growled, but he wasn't growling at me. There's a whole clip there where they're already through the fence growling and barking at each other. And as I walk up to him, he looks at me. He quits barking, but he continues to growl and lick his lips. And so you can tell by the camera that I kind of stepped back. It was at the other dog, but his mom, he wasn't. I even said in the video, he is a reactive dog. And there were a lot of comments about getting him neutered. And that is something that I had considered in the past and hadn't done. I think that cat jumped down from somewhere. It was loud. Lorie, how are things going today? Today's fine, I think. So anyway, since this fight, I will take into consideration getting Caleb neutered, but I hadn't before because he is a reactive dog. He is scared of things. He's also at the same time kind of cocky in his behavior, not towards me, but towards other male dogs. When I go to the vet, I go out and say, I've got Caleb or I've got Tucker. And I sit out in the car and they call me in and they take them usually to the back or give me a muzzle and I bring them in because they don't like other male dogs. Because they're put out with goats and they're not supposed to like other dogs because they're supposed to fight coyotes. But so with Caleb being, I'm afraid he'll lose his confidence. He's scared of storms. He's scared of that hot wire that's on his fence. And this is if you were new and this was your first video that you've ever seen of mine, which is a lot of what happened. It doesn't mean you got to leave nasty comments though. But you don't know that I'm having problems keeping Caleb in that fence, and it started out at night. He'd jump the fence and go chase coyotes, and I know he was because I caught him. I mean, I saw him. I saw him jump the fence and go after coyotes. There were, when it first started, I didn't know what he was doing. He was jumping the fence at night. But we got a hot wire up to keep him in, and that works. He's scared of it. Every time I go through that gate, because there used to be a strand across the gate, and I would have to open the strand of hot wire and set it down on the ground and open the gate and come in. It's gone now. That piece broke, but it's still hot. Like it's grounded real good. It's really hot. But I don't have to do that anymore. But when I would take that piece off the latch and set it down as it's sitting on the ground, it would click, it would snap. What do you call that? What do you call that? It would sit there and make that noise. Anyway, that would scare him. So even though that piece isn't there, it's not doing it anymore. When you open that fence, I'll do that on camera. I'll show me walking through the fence and you can see Caleb kind of back up and kind of very leery. It looks like he's looking at you. It looks like or me. It looks like he's scared of me. He's intimidated by me, but it's that hot wire. It's what that fence used to be there. And so when it was in the morning time and I was feeding and I hadn't done anything differently, when I went in to feed him, and came back out. When I came back out, he bolted through the gate. And he's never done that. But there has been times, if you've watched the channel, there have been times where, and recently, where I would have him out there during the day, and then at night I would come get him and bring him in the garage because he was jumping the fence at night before we had the hot wire up. So that I have brought him to that gate multiple times. And then there was a time that I tried to keep him up in front of the shop before he jumped that fence, right? Before he jumped the gate. Um, check out Lori's dog fight video, y'all. Thank you, Jovita. So it's not like he's never come through that fence. He knows that. And he knows sometimes I come out there and I bring him through that fence. Sometimes he goes to the vet. I have even brought him out into the field and taken him for a walk out there. So um, it, although he's never done that before, I mean, it didn't totally surprise me that he tried to get out. Now he bolted, and I think that's going to be because of that. He's scared of that gate. He's scared of the hot wire that used to be on that gate area that's not anymore. And I'm telling you, he bolted and he bumped into me and knocked me into the hot wire. I got shocked. Then went out and tried to grab his collar when he was barking a ground line at Tucker. Got bit, So that wire's hot, and I don't blame him for being scared of it. So that is that way. He's never done that before, and people don't understand that. It seemed to those some people thought that they're usually together and they got in a fight, and then there were also some people that thought that I just let him roam wherever he want, and that's how they got into a fight. But another thing to consider is that Tucker is in an area that Tucker's not usually in. I have moved him and his goats over there for what I hope to be a short time. We get this shelter built, but so everything is just off. And people didn't watch the video long enough, and they didn't watch the follow-up video. And I say they didn't. It's got 1,734 views, whereas the other video has almost 10,000 views. So a lot fewer people watch the follow-up video. So they're out there just throwing comments, and people are still watching it. And I don't know. I don't know. That's fine if you have an opinion, but I some people are just rude. Some people are just rude. It's like, I don't know, some of the videos you see going around, where they call a Karen's got, I don't know why they call it. I don't necessarily like it when they're called Karens, but the videos where it says this Karen thought she do such and such. And what is this? Hold on. What is going on? What was that? I think it was my video. Are you guys, somebody say something so that I know that everything's back where it's supposed to be. All the timer's going. But I could hear my video in the background. Kathy says LGD, they're wired differently. There we go. Linda's in here. What's up, Linda? It's good. I see and hear you. You're live. Radio check. So it just, all of a sudden it was me talking in the background. It was like one of my other videos, and I don't know why I did that. I don't even know what I was saying actually. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. No, not like that. I'm afraid it's gonna fall once I try to move it. How do you make it do it? There we go. There's one part. Ah. Hello. There's the other part. It is gonna scar. That one is good. It's really gonna scar. I don't know if you can see the bruising. It doesn't look like it's showing up very well, but all this is bruised, and that's actually the whole arm. And it's actually, see that? You can see that color. That's actually what is hurting is the bruising. It's not the punctures. And yes, it looks it looks bad. There's a little red around it. I am on antibiotics, so should be good. I'm reading this. But yeah, they both could have used stitches. They said they don't do that unless they have to on dog bites. I don't know if that's typical or what, but hang on, let me read that. Lorie Carp's got something going on. Looks like the left open it will heal from inside out. Doesn't sound right, but it is. Left open it will heal. Even if it's closed, it does heal from the inside out. But they didn't want to trap stuff inside of it if left open. Uh, they said because of all the nasty bacteria and stuff in dog's mouth. Tucker keeps trying to check it out. He keeps coming up and smelling of it and and I'm afraid he's gonna lick it. Have to keep redirecting him, but they're both back to normal. It was just not just a bad situation, bacteria inside the womb. But people were saying, yeah, they were saying to, hey, why aren't they neutered? Um, I I want them to have their testosterone. They're out protecting goats, and I hadn't and Caleb. I'd always considered having Caleb neutered. There's because I don't want those genetics spread. Caleb was my first dog, first livestock guardian dog. I didn't know anything about it. He was cheap, and if I knew then what I know now, I would not have. But I went out there and I got him from a farm it was a really bad situation. It was so bad that he had a brother. They only had two pups left, and I took the brother too. And just rehomed the brother at cost because I took them both to the vet when I first got them. They had worms, they had the mange. He's always been skinny. And oh, that's another thing. People on there, when I gave him the canned dog food, I gave it to him. I needed him to eat for the taking the antibiotic, and I gave him puppy food because it's got more protein and fats in it, and he's a skinny dude. So I thought, that's definitely not going to hurt him. He'll like it. I have people saying, don't, that's too much fat. They don't give that dog, canned dog food. And someone else said, you need to be feeding him canned dog food all the time. You need it because he's too skinny. It's like, y'all reading these comments before you put yours, Animals are unpredictable and things happen. It's farm life, people. Agree 100%. House sitting a cat and he disappeared. Oh, that can't be good. But cats are like, they're really good about, they can really hide. I'm gonna go back through and look at your comments. Just keep leaving the comments. I'll get back down there. Radio check. And then I smashed my finger on that door over there. Had nothing to do with anything, but that hurts. And it looks bad. Pay-per-view. It's that pay-per-view. Correct. Not agreeing with someone on YouTube is no reason to be disrespectful or say bad things. This space can be really hard to share the bad and the ugly because people are offended by everything. Yeah, and some people were he might hear it humming. Yeah, Kelly. Yeah, he might hear that. I don't, but you're right. He might hear and right there on the gate, it might be the first time he found out there was a hot wire fence, But people were thinking that he had rabies. He doesn't. And it was I showed after the fight, I showed going in and feeding him and giving him the antibiotic, and he ate it. He was acting normal. He doesn't, they're all vaccinated anyway. I would be rich. I was telling, who was it? I think I was telling my dad the other day, like, I'd be doing pretty good if I didn't have this many dogs. Like, cause I get come on, Ching, come on. Can y'all hear her? I get their checkups. I get their heartworm preventative and vaccinations and all that. It's time to let it go. Let's see what that says. Kathy, it's time to let it go, and so you and them can move on. Barb Parker, so glad you're okay. I'm just now getting over strep and pneumonia. We'll write soon. I was just thinking about you this morning. See, Jovita heard the cat. So we started, if you watched the last video, the update on the dogs in the last video, we started the shelter, the goat shelter, and I'm hoping, Pixie Ranger, prayer for speedy healing, Barb Parker, to Barb Parker, yes, definitely. She's not playing, she wants the door open. Yeah, I'm afraid she'll knock the camera down. Hang on, wait a minute. Come on. Jane, you coming? Well, come on. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Come here. You gonna talk? Look, Jean. Look up there. You do more for your dog than most people. Even strays you don't keep and take and have vetted. You don't keep, you take and have vetted, yes. Watched it, you're working, that's what I was talking about. So yeah, we got those 3 holes dug, and there's a lot of rock, but dadgummit, somebody sent me I wish I could say who it was. Somebody sent me a gift card to pick up a rock bar at, I don't know, is that what they're called? I don't know. At Tractor Supply, and I went and got that today. Is it called a rock bar? And things that the heavy bars that you use to hit and pry rocks out with and stuff. But Greg will be here Thursday. He'll be here Friday, but he's working for Scott Friday. And so he's gonna digging bar. He's working for Scott Friday, so he'll be here with me on Thursday if it doesn't rain. I don't know if it's supposed to rain or not, but I will have him help me on those holes. Those holes are going to be, once that's done, it should move more quickly as long as I have someone to help me. I cannot do any of the digging, the digging bar, the rock bar, whatever it is, in the post hole when the bruise hurts. I go out and feed. Have a hard time picking up some of the gates because I'm left-handed, but the bruise hurts. So I'm gonna have the boys, Greg, or now I gotta read who did that. Now see what you did? You made me putting on my glasses. Kathy, thank you for the $20 super chat. That is awesome. Thank you. You don't have to do that. You guys know you don't have to do that. Forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, you can wait. Oh, I thought you could heart it and like it. Uh, don't know what I was saying. It was about the shelter, but I don't remember. I can't do the digging because of my arm, which is fine because it would have taken a lot longer if it was me doing the digging. But originally, come on, are you coming or no? Why do you cats do that? Come on, Ching. Her name is Shing. We call her Ching or Shing-a-ling-a-ding-dong. That's another name she goes by, Shing-a-ling-a-ding-dong. Anyway, if it was me doing the digging, it would take longer. Um, yeah, it's too hard, Susie. Um, so like those two boys got 3 done pretty quickly. I didn't keep them on it the whole time because Shing-a-ling-a-ding-dong. Yeah, that's what she is. You got to stay off the computer. Raking bar, very heavy. Yeah, they are. They're under 20 pounds, I think, or at least this one is. But it's yeah, it's heavy. Um, yeah, but that's the hardest part. Putting the roof up. One of the boys have to do that too. I mean, like the not the roof, but the not the not the framework. The boys need to put the sheet metal on top. I am 69. I used to love working on my small hobby farm. I try to put those 2 words together. Are you not on the farm anymore, or you just don't like working on the farm anymore? It used to be fun, but it's not now, or what? Yeah, I don't have to, but it helps the channel. What are you, JB, I'm trying to figure out your comment. Yeah, I don't have to, but it helps the channel. Your hair is pretty. Thank you. I don't like my hair, but thank you for the comment. Hello, everyone. I'm late as usual. Cindy's here. Why are you exhausted, Matthew? Playing video games? Somebody's got to say something out of line so Matthew can put them in timeout. No, I had to retire from that kind of work. I think it says retire. I still have 40 months. Really? Let me read that. Wow, long time. Love the channel. Well, thank you, JB. Yeah, that's 40 months. Wow, that's a long time. Curtis or Sean can handle rock bar, and it will help so much on the holes. They couldn't get far enough because of the rock. Even Greg is strong enough. Even Greg is strong enough. That's funny. Uh, yes, I think with this rock bar, I think they can get down through there and it just like so close, like an inch and a half is what we needed on those. Because the posts I think are about 8 foot. We measured; they're about 8 foot, and we're trying to put them 2 into the ground. And plus, I'm going to put a little bit of pea gravel on the bottom of that, and I might even use the pea gravel to fill the hole. I don't think I want to cement it in or concrete it in or would it? Is there a difference? Concrete, cement, is that the same thing? I don't think I want to do that. Not really sure why. I just don't. I've done that before, and it's never. It's harder to get out of the ground. It's never. Nothing I ever do is permanent, and so it's harder to clean it up. It's harder to get out of the ground. Make it work like a jackhammer. Even Greg is strong enough. Matt, see, my nephew thought that was funny too. Is that a Bengal kitty? I don't know what I don't know. She, I got her from the pastor's sister of a church I used to go to. Their neighbor moved off and left her. And I don't even know how old she is. She was young, but she was not a little kitten when I got her. And I've had her I've had her at least 10 years. Concrete and cement are the same thing. Gravel will work great around the post. Thank you, Barb. I knew you knew the answer. See, I've been taking on this animal habit for a long time. The reason I took her, well, she's so pretty, but the woman was actually that took her in. She had teenage kids. She was allergic to cats, but they moved off and left her. So they took her in, and I felt kind of sorry for them. Like here, the neighbors moved off and just left this cat to fend for herself in that city, towns, whatever. And they took her in, even though she's allergic to them. Come on, Jean. Come on. Shing is very friendly, very talkative to me. Most people don't get to see her. If they come to my house, you don't see her. You don't see hardly any of my cats really, because they all take off. Hey, come here. I don't think that's right. A rock bar, also known as a digging bar, pry bar, or pinch point bar, is a long, heavy, straight metal tool designed for high leverage tasks in construction, landscaping, and demolition. That's what I got. It's got a point on one end, and it's got what is it? Would it be like a wedge on the other end? Is that what you would say? Kind of like a on the other end, and it's heavy. Even Google doesn't know what to call it. Really? Oh, is that what? Oh, that's straight from Google. Is that what you're saying? Chisel. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that sounds right. I don't know. I'm probably not ever going to use it. I'm gonna let the boys do it. This won't be the only job. There's a lot of things that need to get done around here, and I am so excited that we're actually getting it done. The first thing was not moving the goats and the dog. The first thing was taking the other shelter down, because as long as that other shelter was up there, I could put it off forever. And that other shelter was it. I'm surprised. It was there for like 3 years, but it really was bad setup. It needed to go. But at the other house, I had a shelter that was taller. This one's gonna be similar to it, but where I could just walk in. So the front's gonna be like maybe 6 foot, and then the back slope down to maybe 5, somewhere in there. And that way I can, like, if you're in there taking care of the goat, like, well, it's going to be a big deal when you're in there cleaning. It was so hard to get in there and rake the stuff out when you had to bend over the whole time. But so that's going to be a big change. But also when you had a goat that was in labor and it took forever, it's easier when you can stand straight up for a while. And I am just like, I'm barely 5'3", if 5'3". I don't think I'm quite 5'3". I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. I see your post. I'm trying not to sneeze. It had seen better. Well, not too many better days. It was pretty ghetto. Barb says having two different ends on the rock bar will be so helpful. If one end doesn't work, flip over and use the other. Yep. Those boys actually enjoyed taking down that shelter. It's kind of made me nervous, but I think they are into demolition. Well, I guess I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. Um, I don't really have anything else to talk about. And I will work on getting a video out on Thursday, and I'll just like the shelter, like obviously there's going to be the animals on there, but the shelter is what we're working on, and we're going to be doing as much as we can with the shelter and trying to get that done. And if neither works, get some dynamite. Is that what that says? Never mind. Yes, that's yeah, okay. Anyway, so that's definitely going to be in part of the videos. Sorry about that if you don't like it. And but we'll get it done. We'll get the goats moved back over there. Everybody be happy. The 2 dogs should do a lot better. And then I'll have to. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you guys. Hold on, Peggy. Wait, Peggy. Kathy. Wait. I still have chicks in the garage that are growing, and I bought 2 chicks, and it has the funky hairdo. Those are getting big, and those are actually ready to go outside. But the ones that Peggy gave me to hatch, they're all getting feathered up, and you guys will be seeing them soon when I get them out of the brooder and outside. And if I have more roosters than I do hens, it is Peggy's fault. That's all I gotta say. Now you can go. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.